Hello everyone, Anawultus here, and guess what we're doing today? Today we're going to do another 0 AD replay, and this time it's a Conquest 4v3, so we'll see how that works out. Hopefully it ends up being balanced, or perhaps heavily unbalanced, but I guess we will find out once we get there, okay? And here we are. Here are 5 players. We're Kingatorix. I'm just going to pronounce it the Latin way because I don't know what language the player uses, and without knowing that, I know that there's plenty of different ways to pronounce it depending on which language. Nigel87, Ciola, Max Tekatrix, Merov, George Gijon, or Jorge Gihon, or Jorge Gihon. Please do tell me in the comments below if you know the proper pronunciation. And Henry Arch T30. Okay. So here we can see that none of the players, of course, start out having shared vision, but it is a conquest game, so there's no regicide on. So they will have to thoroughly beat each other in order to win. Yep.
ESD?
Here we see we're Kingatorix, of course, getting on it, killing some wild chickens. Let's just show this so that everyone knows what exactly is happening. Okay. I think I'm going to do these in... I think I'm going to split at 20 minutes. So, just so you know. Of course, people will be able to see the video length at the bottom of their screen anyway, so it's not like it's going to be a big surprise when the video suddenly ends. But holy cannoli, that's a nice double-sided creature. I'm not... Is it a bull or a horse? Man, that's something I really should know. But I know that this is a famous mural. If a mural is the proper way to call it. Was it a... I don't know. I don't know exactly what form that was originally made in. But I do know that there's some goat killing here. Yeah. And we are having a barracks being built by Ciola. Let's take a journey around the circle. Of course, Nigel87 focusing on houses, which always seems to be a solid strategy. Same thing going on here with Where Kingatorix. And good... I'm just going to pronounce it as if it's Spanish. Jorge Gihon is building houses as well, but you see a farmstead. Okay. And over here, Merov has some houses as well, and houses... Wait, no, that's not a house, but there are houses being built by Max Tekatrix. Max Tekatrix. Okay, Henry Arch T60 also building houses. But it seems that this barracks being built by Ciola is a unique event here. It's a unique occurrence. And what is this? Is this a scouting mission? Or a long range? Yep, long range hunting. That's it. That is it. But we already see some early combat here.
ESD?
between Vercingetorix
Yes, see?
and with those Numidian cavalry, and of course none other than Jorge Gihon. Or is it George Gihon? I don't know. It's going to bother me not knowing how to pronounce it. I know a lot of people, especially from certain countries which will not be named, don't care about how things are pronounced, but I do care to some extent. But I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. Okay, Merov with a barracks, and what is this? Max Tekatrix has a sentry tower.
Yes, see?
That's the nice median light cavalry. It's interesting to note that the Medes actually formed the larger part of the population base in the Achaemenid Empire as opposed to the actual Persians. And for a long time, the catch-all term for people in that region was Medes, but eventually, more recently, the Medes then became referred to as Persians. So it sort of switched over, because of course the Medes had a large empire before the Persians. Oh, there's these slingers doing a lot of damage. In the description on the forum about this game, I was told to watch out for those slingers, and holy colony, they are doing some damage there. But, 2 barracks. Oh, looks like Scylla is going heavy military. Either that or it's an aggressive push. That's Vercingetorix still does not have a very wide-ranging exploration, but Scylla knows where it's at. He knows where the enemy base is. Of course, Vercingetorix can determine where the enemy base is relatively easily by the information that is already available. And there's more slingers going in. I don't see any other combat currently, but Scylla certainly is pushing a heavy rush on Henry Arch T60, and the question is, will Henry Arch T60 be able to push back against Scylla's powerful early attack? But it looks like Henry Arch T60 is receiving help from Max Tekatrix. It does seem that way. And Scylla is retreating back to base. And it looks like Scylla already has a powerful permanent food production operation going on. Of course, the other players also are doing similar things. Oh, look at that, the powerful wall of houses by Merov here. Perhaps to obstruct enemy movement, and of course is functional as well. However, not as functional in this game as it would be in some other games where houses are more powerful defensively. But still, I think, is a legit strategy that definitely has an impact, especially if the enemy tries to send maybe elephants or battering rams and aims just straight for the civic center instead of trying to clear the path first, because then they'll just go on a slow path around, in which case they can also be obstructed. Of course, here we're seeing Scylla nonchalantly hunting out right next to Henry Arch T60's territory. And of course, troops coming up down south from Nigel 87. Going for more meat, presumably. What's this? Okay, no, it's just a resource. Okay. Got confused because the color is similar to that of Merov over here. It doesn't look like anyone has reached the second phase yet. But it certainly is apparent that Nigel 87 certainly does desire large amounts of wood. This could be a symptom of what might eventually become a military buildup. Of course, all the players are getting plenty of wood, and this is expected, because if you don't have the wood, then you're going to have some trouble. But Sule was pushing in, trying to push back Henry Arch T60, but Henry Arch T60 was ready with plenty of slingers, as well as some Sogdian archers coming in from Max de Catrix for help. And look at this! The house! The house is going down. I don't think there's anything Henry Arch T60 can do about this now. But Sule is losing troops. Is Sule going to garrison or destroy? Destroy. Destroy it is.
ESD?
But a house costs resources, 150 wood. The question is, was the resource trade between Sule taking down one house equivalent or better than Henry Arch T60 killing Sule's units while Sule was tearing down that house? And that is the age-old question of efficiency in real-time strategy games, where you have to weigh each decision, deciding, is it really worthwhile to lose 20 units to take down one building? And sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. It all depends on the building, the cost of the units, and other factors involved, such as the strategic impact of losing a large number of units. But of course, here we see where King Getorix going in for an attack on Jorge Gihon. What is this? A house is being taken over. Meanwhile, Sule is building yet another barracks. Who would have thought? Sule certainly is gearing up for fast unit turnover, expecting perhaps to have heavy losses, and therefore preparing to produce large numbers of troops at the same time. But looks like Jorge Gihon is under heavy attack and is suffering.
ESD?
These Mauritanian archers doing some damage. So as I was saying earlier, the ubiquity of the Medes led to words like medium to exist. That's where the word medium comes from. Or at least that's what I heard. If I'm incorrect, then holy cannoli, I really do apologize.
Yeah, see?
Just remember that just because I say something doesn't mean that it's necessarily correct. However, I do try to be accurate whenever possible. Looks like Jorge Gihon is retreating women out of the civic center and in to gather resources on the opposite end of the base. This could be a strategy to perhaps use resource gathering to pull out of this mess. And we're seeing where King Getorix taking over some houses. if Vercingetorix does this enough times without having significant losses, it could lead to an advantage for Vercingetorix. What's this? A blacksmith? On the edge? You kidding me, mate? My goodness. Siola is definitely pushing in. Just no respect for Henry Arch T60's territory. None at all. And Henry Arch T60 perhaps trying to take down the building. What is Henry Arch T60 going to do? Henry Arch T60 is going to invest time in destroying the building. Is Siola going to attempt to finish it? But it does look like Vercingetorix has been repulsed. However, we see a military colony being built by Nigel 87. Nigel 87 perhaps trying to take the center of the map. But what's this up north? It is none other than a full-scale attack by Siola. What is Siola going to do here? That is the question. And I think we have the answer. Siola is going to build a blacksmith. Why? Well, because everybody needs a blacksmith, but it's more. It brings more benefit if it takes enemy territory, presumably. So let's just go north a bit. Let's see. Henry Arch T60 is getting more slingers into the action. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I almost missed this. What is this? What is this? Celtic slingers. I think this is what we were told to watch out for.
I
think this is it. What is this? This is huge. Nigel 87 should hope to finish quickly, and then Nigel 87 should quickly also rush in some defense, some defensive posturing. And what's this? Is this a combined attack? Yes, it does look like that's what it is. Henry Arch T60 isn't involved because Henry Arch T60 definitely cannot spend any time being involved in this. But look at this huge combined force. Look at those troops. Look at my frame rate drop. Holy cannoli. I see 67 Celtic slingers. That is a lot of slingers. And watch this. Defense tower. It's just falling. There's nothing they can do about it. Nothing at all. Vercingetorix, I think you're going to have some problems here. I think things aren't going very well for you. But it does look like Nigel 87 might be preparing a relief force. But if you look at those slingers coming in, that does not look like a happy time. Look at that. Most of them are at high health as well. Vercingetorix is losing a lot of health on these soldiers in here. The infantry going in is doing plenty of damage. Look at that. Look at those slingers. Look at these battle lines. It's like a line infantry battle. That's how. Just shooting those bullets. Yeah. Unless they're rocks. But, I don't know. I presume the Celts would want to use lead bullets rather than rocks. Because lead is heavier than a lot of different rocks. By the way, for those of you who are not familiar with slingstone terminology, a lead bullet is not the same thing as a rifle bullet or a musket bullet. It's essentially just a lead mass. So it doesn't refer to the same kind of bullet as shot out from a gun. For those of you who are unaware, of what is happening here, and I think we were right to watch out for those slingers, because look at that damage. So much damage being done there. But it does look like the slingers themselves are taking significant amounts of damage. They're down to 53, and it does look like Nigel87 is bringing in some reinforcements. And where Kingatorix is receiving some material aid to fight in this conflict. And look at that retreat. Is that a retreat? Yes, I believe it is. But, or is it a regrouping? It's a retreat. For a moment I thought that Merov here, with that powerful sling attack, might receive some aid, but it looks like Jorge Gihon is not going for that. Okay, let's take stock of what's going on here. A lot of spearmen coming in. Slingers numbering 43 now. They are dealing plenty of damage, but eventually they're going to lose. Oh! Looks like Jorge Gihon is sending in reinforcements. Meanwhile, up north, Henry Arch T60 is being pushed back to some extent. And there's a temple that has been built and some additional defenses.
Yeah, see?
But Henry Arch T60 has decided to pull in slingers to do some damage. But it does not seem like that is panning out very well. Meanwhile, down south,
Yeah, see?
24 slingers left on the battlefield. What is going on? Is this a flanking maneuver? Oh, is this a resource attack maneuver? What is going on here? What is Merov thinking? Oh, I see what's going on. I see what's going on. It's going around the back to kill all the women. Oh no. Oh no. That's naughty. That is it's a good strategy though. Attacking the economy first before you go for the big kills. Meanwhile, the battle rages on up north, and it does look like the Southern Alliance has gained an upper hand. Meanwhile, in the north, Siola is pushing forward. However, that may be cut short by reinforcements arriving from Max Cicatrix. Oh, Max Cicatrix deciding whether or not to attack the cavalry, and has decided to indeed engage the cavalry. Another defense tower being built. This is going to be very difficult for Henry Arch P60 to push back against. Meanwhile, in the south, 25 slingers on the outskirts of where Kingatorix's territory. What is Siola going to do about this? Looks like one of Siola's men has decided to engage. the infantry, but I don't think that's going to go very well for Ciole. Ciole definitely going in for some outposts. Let's have a quick look at resources. Yep, I'm not going to go over it that much, but I am going to mouse over it so everyone can see what is going on here. Oh, there it is, the big fight.
Yeah, see?
Merov.
Yeah, see?
Is Merov really going to do this? Is Merov going to attack Nigel 87's fortress? Doesn't look like it. But these slingers are going to take some heavy damage if Merov doesn't do it. Okay. Merov is retreating. But there is a raiding party out while working the turrets against Jorge Gihon. Meanwhile,
Yeah, see?
Max Tekatrix is defending the allies. But this raiding party is definitely doing some damage here. I can see. Look at those javelins go.
Yeah, see?
And what do we have over here?
Yeah, see?
Another raiding party by Ciole. Looks like Nigel 87 has armored war elephants. This is going to perhaps cause some damage to the opposite side. Question is exactly how much damage is it going to cause? I think that's the big question that we're having today. We saw the setup, we saw how they all built up. And I think it is time for us to pause in anticipation for next time. So I think the one who definitely got the short end of the stick this game was Henry RT60 being under constant attack by Ciole from the early game, and Ciole really pushing into Henry RT60's territory. Meanwhile, Merov is doing very well. Nigel 87 is also doing very well. Where Kingatorix had a good time attacking Jorge Gihon. However, where Kingatorix eventually took some heavy damage from the combined attack of the Northern Alliance. So, thank you all for watching, and I will be seeing you all next time on Awiltos. Over and out.